Well, good evening, everybody. This is Florence Donald. Welcome to the show. The only way you get to your next milestone is to assess where you are and where you have been. And tonight we're going to be talking about where the Purposeful Productivity Show has been since it launched in October and what takeaways you can carry into 2023 with you to launch yourself off. So, my name is Florence Donald, and I am your host, and I am your productivity practitioner here to support you, ready to get going with you right now. Our first point is that you have to understand where you have friction in your processes. When we started in October. I didn't know where the friction points were going to be, but I had to start to find them very quickly with producing the show. You all know there were some rocky moments, and there are going to be rocky moments in the show, but I'm learning and I'm growing, and it's the same with our productivity processes. Each step of the way, we learn something new, we get better. So it's all about getting better. Then the next is we have disconnected places where information is stored. This is a huge one, and honestly it's one that I'm struggling with myself. I'm still bringing together things because over the last year I've allowed information to go every which way, and so one of the things I realized is I need to rein that in, and that's one of my 2023 personal objectives in my own productivity system. And now if you know me, and you know I'm pretty productive for the most part. I don't call myself an expert. I call myself a practitioner. But then we can also move into places where friction is introduced in that we have too much information. We have too many files. We have too many documents. We have too many devices. We have just information coming in too many different ways. And how do we rein that in so that we can be working smoothly? Our processes are working for us and not against us. The last one we talked about was technology. Not enough technology, too much technology, not understanding how to use what you have, not being willing, back to that resistance to change, not being willing to learn to use all the technologies. That's the equipment as well as the software that we have access to. So that's first point one. And the takeaway from that first point of understanding where you've got friction in your productivity system is to start keeping a list of what you find. Every time you run into a roadblock, every time you hit a snag, write it down on a list. Don't keep it in your head. Put it in one list, one place where you can check off as you resolve those. And the second takeaway is connect with somebody, a mastermind group, a coach, a pair of coaches, but connect to someone who could support you as you work through and find these friction points and you resolve them and get them out of your system. So there's nothing like having someone to support you. And with that, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to breathe because I've got people here tonight. You all are here showing up and supporting me, and I want to make sure that our community knows that I care about you. And so welcome to the Purposeful Productivity Huddle community. I told you guys a long time ago that this show is an extension of the Huddle community run by, cared for by, and led by Mr. Walter Strong. And I wanted to honor that. And so as I was working through, this is the name that came to me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to put you on the screen here. And I'm going to start with the gentleman that I just talked about, Mr. Walter Strong, here with us. And y'all see, I'm still learning this part, try to get the messages on the screen. So good evening, Mr. Strong. Good evening, Walter. Glad you're here with us. I want you to walk away with something that you can use this evening. And of course, we have Frank Jackson here with us. And welcome, Frank. Glad to see you here tonight. And we also have Joshua Uel here. Great Friday Live Tribe. Yes, Live Tribe is in the building. And you all see I'm representing the building because the Live Tribe is in the building. But if you're a member of the squad, the crew, there are about 5 of y'all out there listening right now, and you're not in the chat, welcome, because you're a part of the Live Tribe as well, and I want to honor you. I know this is a holiday weekend, and I know that family is all around everybody. But in addition to that, there may be somebody who's not listening live right now. You're part of the replay crew. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. You're a part of the tribe too. And leave a comment. Let me know. Ask a question. Just jump in where you get in when it fits into your schedule. Look at the replay and get some takeaways that you can apply in 2021. So let's move on to our next point that I want to cover, and that is learning to use brain dump to your advantage. Learning to use brain dumping to your advantage. We think thousands, multiple thousands thoughts every day, and we have lots of information that come to us all kind of ways every day. And rather than trying to carry that around in our head, we need to get it out. We need to put it someplace where we can get back to it. And so brain dumping, I call it brain dumping because sometimes it's what you think of, sometimes it's stuff that comes to you from other places. But decide for yourself, how often are you going to go through that process? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it monthly? Then back to information, pick the tool you're going to use to put it all in. It could be analog, paper and pen. It could be digital. Y'all know, who know me, know I love Evernote. And I'm going to be digging into why and how I use Evernote and why I love it so much in 2023. And it could be a combination. I will tell you, I use a combination. That's one of my friction points. I need to kind of get out of that. So I got to break a habit, something that I'm really relying on, but I've got to break that habit because I realize it's a friction point. I have to go back and re-enter information. So being transparent, telling you how it is. So this is not just for you. The takeaway here for you is implement your process for executing, organizing, and processing all that information that comes to you every day. If you have not done so yet, go ahead and hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. I will be glad to see that happen, and we'll just keep going. We're not going to be long tonight. Point 3 is, as you're thinking through this stuff, really think about how your brain works. In one of the shows, I talked about, are you a visual thinker? Are you an abstract thinker? Are you a tactile thinker? Or are you a combination? I would submit most people are a combination. I'm definitely a combination. But whichever style you are, there are productivity frameworks that will work the way your brain works. You can mold them and use them to work exactly the way you work. Because when you work in a way that your brain doesn't naturally work, you introduce friction. And the thing that slows us down from being productive is friction. Those little road bumps and things that keep us from just going and executing immediately. So give some thought to how you think. And then in the new year, let's dig into some of those frameworks and work with you to help you figure out which one or two will work for you. The fourth one is bookend your day. I talked about this. You can go back and watch it, and later on I'll put the links to the various videos in this one. But bookend your day. Start your day with a plan for the day. Every day, 7 days a week. Not 6, not when you feel like it, literally every day. Start with what your day is going to be and set it up. Review your calendar. Review your calendar every day. Pick your priority actions every day, those big rocks, the things that are really important. And then, this is the big one because I am so guilty of this. Don't start your day in email. It doesn't, just Because what you're doing is allowing someone, and I had to recognize this, right? You're allowing someone else to set your priority before you've even had a chance to set it for yourself. So don't start with email. Start your daily plan, lay it out. And then at the end of your day, wrap your day up. I talked about most of the people who are my audience, this tribe, we have professional lives, we're doing volunteer service or ministry, and we all have a home life of some sort, big, small, and everything in between. We may need to have 3 different shutdown routines because they each require something slightly different from each of us. But make it a conscious effort and action to implement those shutdown routines for yourself. Don't just, turn the computer off and go plop in the bed. Don't do that. Then the other part of that is your calendar. I'm going to drive this home. Your calendar absolutely must work for you. Not for other people, but for you. That means you're really intentional about what you schedule in your calendar. You're intentional about leaving space to accomplish all those action items that you made a priority for the day. You're intentional about realizing every one of us have 24 hours a day, 1,440 minutes. Not a single solitary human who lives through the day has a minute more or a minute less than anyone else. No one has more time. I call it the great equalizer. That 24 hours is the same for everybody. So the thing that you can do is intentionally decide where you're going to use that time, how you're going to use that time, and what is a priority on any given day. That's the bookend. Planning your day and wrapping your day up. And then to wrap your week up, go through a 30-minute weekly review. Just look at your week. The week that you just came out of, the week you're coming into, 30 minutes, not 2 hours, 30 minutes to set your week up for success for the week that's coming. These are all takeaways that you can implement quickly, frictionlessly, painlessly. Be intentional. That's the goal. Be intentional. So I'm telling you my word of the year. My word of the year for 2023 is intentional. Be intentional in everything that I do. Don't do it by rote, by habit, by happenstance, just because. Be intentional about every single move I make every single day. That doesn't mean be rigid. It means being intentional. I'm thinking about it and I'm making a conscious choice and decision about what's going to happen every day, all day in my life. So with that, I'm going to get back because we had some other folks join us, and I want to recognize we have here Miss Anne Marie. She says she's roaming the streets, just thought you'll pop in. Okay, yeah, you roam a lot because I know you got a lot going on. So thank you for popping in and joining us. If you've got some takeaways from what I've shared, go ahead now, start thinking about them, drop them in chat so that we can chop it up tonight. We can talk about it a little bit and just really have a good time with each other. I am excited for you all this coming year. I'm excited for me. I am excited for what has been revealed that will happen in my life, where I'm going. And these are all points that I'm taking lessons from. Even though there are things I know, there are things I want to improve and elevate my productivity by following them. I hope you do too. So if you've got something you want to drop in chat, I'm here. Would love to hear it. And that's really what we got today, y'all. We've got some simple things, don't want to take long. And then, of course, I'm going to go to this one. What is your win of the week? Your productivity win in your productivity system. What is a win that you experienced this week? And while you're getting your thoughts together, I'm going to share mine. And mine was really, as I was reflecting on my word of the year, my scripture of the year, my affirmation reset of the year, and preparing for tonight, my win was I saw the places where I need to take some of my own medicine, right? Take some of my own medicine and just clean it up a little bit more to get over the hurdle, to deal with some things that are going on in my life. Because you know what? We all have life. We all have things going on in our life. We all do. None of us. And going into this content creation world, I have had to learn a lot quickly. So that's my win, is just, that's it. And so I want to give everybody an opportunity here, because I'm going to give you this. At 7:30, I think it's at 7:30 tonight, Mr. Strong is going to be online doing a live stream with James Hicks and some other creators, Alec Johnson and several others. Hop over, I believe, if you're going to be on his channel, hop over to his channel, The Huddle with Walter Strong. If you don't find him there, hop over to James Hicks's channel. If one of the moderators can grab the link to James Hicks's channel, that will be great, and drop it in chat. But that'll be a really great one, because they're going to be talking about launching into 2023. We're 2 days away, y'all. Just 2 days away. 2 days away. So yes, thank you, Josh, for dropping this in to the chat. And then, connect with me today. It's not too late. Connect with me. And you've seen it rolling on the screen. That's one of my tweaks, is to spend more time with you and less time pushing buttons. So go to Hicks New Media. Hicks New Media. We're all family. We're all family here, and we are here to support each other in growing professionally and growing in our personal lives. And that's what I want to do. And it's not just about me. There is an entire community of people who are available to support you. I'm one person, but we've got the Huddle community. We've got Hicks New Media. We've got Worthy Retail U. We've got people who are experienced and experts who are available to support you on your journey. So with that, we are really at the end of the night. I'm going to shut it down, because I want to go see what these other gentlemen are saying, and I'm going to get myself a little break. With that, I'm going to say Happy New Year to everybody. Have a great evening tomorrow, and I will see you in 2023.